If you flip to lesson 5 of your guided notes, our bell work question is -2 cubed, write out and evaluate. Since we have this cube, that means we're multiplying -2 by itself how many times? 3 times. We have -2 times -2 times -2. We can multiply. What is -2 times -2? 4, and it's positive because we have the same signs. And I'm going to bring down my -2. What is 4 times 2? 8, and since we have different signs, our answer is negative, and we get -8 as our answer. Okay, so today's lesson is dividing integers, and our targets are students will be able to divide integers with the same sign and divide integers with different signs. Okay, so our rules for dividing integers are the same as multiplying integers. The quotient of two integers with different signs is going to be what? Negative. And the quotient of two integers with the same sign is positive. So just like the last lesson, same sign, your answer is positive. Different signs, your answer is negative. When you see numbers in a fraction, what operation are you doing? Division. We have the same faces we did when we did multiplying integers. If you're dividing two positive, your answer is going to be positive. If you're dividing two negatives, your answer is also going to be positive. If you have a positive and a negative, your answer is negative. And if you have a negative divided by a positive, your answer is negative. You can fill this in on your notes where it says faces. Okay, so for our first example, we have 80 divided by -10. What is 80 divided by 10? 8. And do we have same signs or different signs? Different, so our answer is negative. For our next example, we have -36 over -12. Remember, this fraction bar means we're dividing. If it helps, you could write it out as -36 divided by -12. What is 36 divided by 12? 3. And do we have same signs or different signs? Same, so our answer is going to stay positive. For our next example, they want us to evaluate. What is another word for evaluate? Solve. So, solve -16 divided by x if x equals -4. So, I have -16 divided by x. What value are we plugging in for x? 4. So, -16 divided by -4. What is 16 divided by 4? 4. And if we have the same sign, our answer is positive. Okay, for the last example, we have a word problem. One year, the estimated Australian koala population was 1 million. After 10 years, there were about 100,000 koalas. Find the average change in the koala population per year. If we started at 1 million and now we're at 100,000, did we increase or decrease? Decrease by how many?
900,000.
900,000. So would that be a positive or negative 900,000?
Negative.
A negative 900,000. And over how many years did that happen? 10. So we're going to divide by 10. When you divide by 10 and both of your numbers end in 0, you can cancel out a 0. And what are we left with?
90,000.
90,000. So each year, the koala population decreases by 90,000 koala pairs. Okay, so what I want you to do is go ahead and try the on your own problems. Okay, for the first on your own question, negative 81 divided by 9. What is 81 divided by 9? 81 divided by 9 is 9. And is it going to be negative or positive? Different signs, our answer is negative. For our second example, we have negative 24 over negative 8. What does this fraction bar mean? Divide. So it's negative 24 divided by negative 3. We have the same sign, so we know our answer is going to be positive. What is 24 divided by 3? That's going to give us 8. Okay, for our next question, evaluate. We know evaluate is another word for solve. We want to evaluate A divided by B. If A is negative 33, so that's what I'm going to plug in for A. And what is our value for B? Negative 3. We have the same sign, so we know our answer is going to be positive. What is 33 divided by 3? 11. Okay, we have another question where we're going to evaluate. This time we're evaluating x plus y divided by negative 3. If x equals 8 and y equals negative 5. So we have to first combine x plus y. What's our value for x? 8. And we need to add our value for y, which is negative 5. If we look at these, think of your rules for adding integers. Do we have the same sign or different signs?
Different signs.
So different signs we do what?
Subtract.
Different signs we subtract. What's 8 minus 5?
3.
3. Take the sign of the bigger number, which is positive. So we know that this is going to give us 3. And then we still have to divide by negative 3. Do we have the same signs or different signs? Different. So our answer is going to be negative. And what's 3 divided by 3? 1. Okay, for our last question, the average temperature in January for the North Pole, Alaska, is negative 24 degrees Celsius. Use the expression 9 times C plus 160 over 5 to find this temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. Round to the nearest degree. So we want to plug in what value for C? Negative 24. So if we plug that in, we have 9. Instead of C, we are doing negative 24. We still have to add 160, and we're going to end up dividing that all by 5. We can break this down, and first we want to find what 9 times negative 24 is. So off to the side, you can do 24 times 9. What is 9 times 4? 9 times 4. 36. And 9 times 2 is 18. 18 plus 3 is 21. So we get 216. But since we have a negative, we have different signs, our answer is going to be negative 216. We have to add 160 and then divide by 5. So our next step is going to be to add negative 216 plus 160. If you look at those two values, when we're adding, do we have the same signs or different signs? Different signs, which means we're actually going to subtract. So we're going to do 216 minus 160. What is 6 minus 0? 6. Can I do 1 minus 6? No, so I'm going to borrow. 11 minus 6 is 5. And we take the sign of the bigger number. Our bigger number was negative, so this number is going to be negative. And our last step, we plug that in, negative 56 over 5. We're dividing, When we divide, what number goes inside? Not always. The top. Yeah, you do top divided by bottom. So the bottom number goes on the outside. And we have 56 going on the inside. And we're going to go ahead and divide. How many times can 5 go into 5? 1. And what's 1 times 5?
1, 5, 0.
5. We bring down, we subtract, we get 0, and bring down our 6. How many times can 5 go into 6? Once. And what's 1 times 5? 1 times 5? 5. And we subtract to get 1. I'm going to bring down a 0. How many times can 5 go into 10? 2. What's 5 times 2? 10. We subtract and we're left with 0. So, we know that it would be what in degrees Fahrenheit? 11.2 degrees. And since we had different signs here, our answer is negative. So, negative 11.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so your homework from this lesson is page 247, and you're doing questions 1 through 13.